Greetings out there, honest citizens and cartoon and comic book lovers everywhere. This is the middle-aged cartoonist, Ken Bailey, coming to you from beautiful downtown somewhere with another brief mini lesson on the great fun of the hobby of creating one's own cartoons and comic books. I've been off the air for a little while. I just got back from Metropolis, Illinois, where my character, the Mighty Energy Girl, and myself were just recently featured as part of the visiting artists at the annual Superman Festival. That was a great deal of fun, and I am grateful to the city of Metropolis for the opportunity. But now we're back at our good old hometown, and it's time to get back to work. I've been working on this picture you see here, partially finished picture of everybody's favorite middle-aged Superwoman, and would remind you of some of the things we've learned in past films. Firstly, we will be putting a background color in later, and it always helps to have the foreground characters stand out more if you have a slight halo of white around the foreground character. Just leave about 1/8 of an inch all the way around with your heavy pen. And we won't take time to put background in now, but that will really make it pop. You can already see how her hand is kind of standing out. For those of you that don't know what's going on here, she is talking into a cell phone calling for a repairman while all at the same time holding a collapsing building up. You can see how we have detail done with the light pen down there, the collar around her face, and we'll do the heavy pen in a little bit. There's a leg that's nothing but color, and you can see just a little of the penciled in portion of her lower legs. Definitely a work in progress here. Another thing we talked about in the past is how you can take a complementary color like this orange color and use it to give depth to a slightly lighter or darker complementary color. Orange is a good complement to yellow, the top of Energy Girl's uniform being yellow. We use the orange to kind of outline some of the shapes. Now, being a muscular superhero, she has a large number of round shapes, and we accentuate these by just kind of going around them with the orange pen. The top of her rib cage, for example, there, all around her biceps, shoulders, places where the two colors of her uniform combine. Notice the way we've given depth to that part of her body, whereas the rest of it we haven't quite got to yet. Well, enough said. You can also use a lighter color for your depth creating, but you always have to put the light colors down first. This is one of our newer characters. This is Femtastic. She is a younger super lady. We first met her when she was in the 2nd grade. Notice the purple uniform and how we used blue for the outlining to give it depth, and then added the purple on top of it. Here is how the same drawing looked before color was added. Okay, well, enough gobbledygook about that. If you want to see a few more finished Energy Girl pictures, we've been having a lot of rain here in our good old undisclosed location, so here we have Stan hearing the radio saying, "Die, die, you're all gonna die." And Stan names several villains. "Who is that, Doctor? I'm your father, the destroyer? Is that the obsessive compulsor?" Ellen answers, "No, it's the weather radio." Here we have her lifting a train from the wrong place. She's lifting it from the frame on the side. If this were a real train, the frame would promptly bend and the train would flop over on its side, destroying it. And so Energy Girl is looking out at the reader and saying, "What? You're complaining you have to suspend your belief, your disbelief, because I'm lifting the train in the wrong place? You already had to suspend it to believe I could lift it at all." This is another picture that was done while I was at my booth in Metropolis, and this is probably now my all-time favorite close-up picture of the Mighty Energy Girl, Ellen Ann Hubrowski Peabody. So, anyway, I would like to wrap up here tonight by doing a picture from scratch. We're not going to get it all the way done, of course, but once again, I'm my own photographer. As you can see, we'll turn it around, and you see, voila, nobody here but yours truly. So if the camera is a little shaky, my apologies, but we usually just do the very basic shapes in pencil first, just to get the general layout. Okay, you see anything that looks like a superwoman there? Sorta, kinda. Then we take the narrow pen And I generally anchor my faces from the nose. Everything comes off of the nose. So we start with the ball at the end of the nose, follow it up the part that's called the bridge to the top of the eyes. We can bring the eyebrows around the top. I'm not a manga cartoonist. That's the very Japanese style that's taken America by storm, but I do generally give my characters eyes that are larger than real. This gives them a slightly cartoony look. You always want to leave just a little tiny bit of white inside the black center iris of the eye. Gives her kind of a cute look. Are you picking up on this at all? I can see it through the viewfinder, but only in kind of a skewed way. So, okay, we got our eyes and our nose in. Now we come down and once again, using the nose as a guide, we can imagine the muscles that pull back when you smile as forming kind of round shapes. We don't want to accentuate that too much, but as they pull up, round shapes at the side of the face, and at the bottom we have obviously the corners of the mouth. We'll give her a big smile here. She must be having a real good day. I generally tell people as a cartoonist who has a normal day job during the day that the harder my day job grows during the day, the harder it is on the bad guys in the fictional town of Fairview during the night. Because if I've had a real tough day, Energy Girl goes out loaded for bear, and let's just say I don't like showing people getting hurt, but a lot of the bad guys' toys get broken when I've had a bad day. Nothing can just take the tension out of a cartoonist like having portraying his Superwoman tossing a car into a lake or something, or smashing an evil robot to bits, or whatever. I feel a whole lot better after the bad guys bite the dust. That's the beautiful thing about fiction. It were so easy in real life. Okay, we get her famous curl on one side of her head now. By the way, the Energy Girl character is just about to turn 10 years old. As I'm drawing this, it is late July or mid-July. I guess it's still kind of early July. I'm ahead of myself. Great, you know what? Time traveling. But it is anyway July 2014. It was on the second weekend of August 2004 that the very first sketches of Energy Girl were executed. So, in about 3 or 4 weeks, the character will be 10 years old. Over the years, her hair has gotten fuller. I've let her grow her hair out. She's put on a bit of weight. She's put on quite a lot of muscle. Her female curves are a bit more defined than they were at first. Hopefully, she's also a bit more graceful. But every day, she just goes out and keeps doing her thing, keeping the citizens of her hometown safe. Whether that means thwarting the evil Dr. I'm Your Father, or whether it means just simply pulling somebody's truck back out of the ditch. If you need someone with the muscle to do some heavy work, she's there. When she's not doing that, she can be found teaching school. Okay, lest I keep you people up half the night, we now see the facial features of our lovely lady are in place. I like to have a few stray hairs kind of hanging down over her forehead like that. And we will stop it here. The rest, fellow viewers, is up to you. Remember, each of you have your own style. Each of you have your own stories to tell. All you need to do is take a pencil, leave your fear behind, and have some fun with cartoons. This is your middle-aged cartoonist,